Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here at my next Sword Art Online 2 episode review. This one's going to be for episode 12, Bullet of a Phantom. And yeah, first of all, I just want to apologize for having no video on Tuesday or Wednesday. On Tuesday, the reason was that basically my internet was busy downloading the latest patch for the video game Destiny, which is like 18 gigabytes, and it took like 10 hours to download. I just couldn't use the internet to upload a video, so I didn't record one then. Then Wednesday, I was busy playing Destiny and also Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, so I just didn't do a video then. So apologies about that, but I will probably try and finish up the Phantom Bullet arc over the next couple of videos over the next few days. So the plan is basically this is episode 12, tomorrow 13, 14 Saturday, and then Sunday do my kind of a arc recap type thing, and I'll talk about the first Phantom Bullet novel as well. But yeah, this episode, in general, I'd say the first third of it I thought was a bit repetitive and was kind of going over ground we'd heard before. I didn't feel like they covered a lot of new stuff, and it was kind of not needed. They could have condensed the first 7 minutes of the episodes into one or two, because the last episode ended with basically, we've got a plan to take out Death Gun, this is what's going to happen, we're going to work together and do this. And then I almost felt like they backtracked and went, oh sorry, wait, we actually have to now explain to you, here's all the players who are still active, here's why we need to take this player out before this, and then this and this and this. I appreciate the detailed explanation, but it was just kind of like, you didn't need to spend that long doing it. After that, once they really got into the kind of actually activating the plan, the way that it was going to work, and like, okay, Yamakaze is the other kind of key player here, who they're not sure if Death Gun will even attempt to kill him in real life as well, or not, so he has to be included into the plan, and that Kirito and Sinon have to kill him and take him out of the game so he can't be killed. And so they can focus on Death Gun after that. So, you know, that was pretty cool. And the actual action was pretty nice as well. Just Sinon kind of still questioning now that all the stuff has kind of come out, if she has the strength and, you know, power to, like she did that day with the robber, can this one bullet, you know, really help things here? And you're kind of wondering, you know, she's been a little bit shaky with the sniper rifle of late, so can she make the shot? And then with Kirito, you have like confidence in him, but he still has the issue of like not remembering the people he killed, apart from Kuradil. And you know, she has insane confidence in him, and that, you know, if he could cut my shot in half, of course he can cut Death Gun's shot in half. But yeah, it was cool to see kind of Kirito use his sensing abilities and just like know that Yamakaze is coming from one direction, and kind of have the confidence in Sinon to just ignore him and just focus on wherever Death Gun's coming from. And then obviously once the plan actually kind of jumps into action, it's a pretty intense action scene. Just the amazing slow-mo shots of like dodging bullets, and like out of nowhere, you know, Yamakaze doesn't have a clue what's going on because Kirito's there, Death Gun's over here, and then he's just behind. You think he's dodged and he's in safety, but then Sinon just snipes him and takes him out. So like, success on that front. But then there's that really awesome kind of sniper battle between the Death Gun and Sinon, where they just fire a shot at each other like really quickly. It was a scene that showed that like Death Gun is really quick, but he wasn't as accurate as Sinon was, and that she took the time to place her shot, and she got the scope of her sniper rifle destroyed, but she destroyed his entire gun basically, and that gave Kirito the chance to get up close. And yeah, it made like you think Kirito then has the advantage. He's basically within attack range with his sword, and then the guy takes his sword out and reveals that one, you can actually get physical swords in the game. It's an S-stock, and they reveal through Asuna, who's now made her way to Kirito's hospital room, that one of the leading members of Laughing Coffin was a master with the S-stock, and she still doesn't remember his name, and it was just really cool to see Asuna again. Just see her kind of okay. She said in like the previous episode, she demanded Kikuoka give away Kirito's location. She's going there to support him and watch the kind of final and the tournament, and you can see the confidence that she has in him. But she's aware of kind of how crazy the situation is, and she's kind of like she's worried when she first gets in there because his heart rate is up, but then she realizes, okay, he's in battle. I don't need to worry too much. It was just a kind of moment that showed how close she is to him, and that she realizes that no, this he just gets very intense in battle. Um, and along the way we get the name of the details of the name, Sterben, and it's obviously a German word and it means like to die and stuff like that. So it kind of is all beginning to link together, but yeah, then like I think definitely the highlight is just this confrontation between Kirito and Death Gun. The way the just the voice that they chose I think is perfect here. Him having a lot more dialogue here, and kind of he's been this kind of mystery guy. You know, the few lines that he said have been in a certain kind of voice, but now he's just kind of speaking normally, but it's still through the mask, and it makes him seem more on the level that from Sao, rather than like this kind of monster that he's kind of been up to now almost. So I really appreciated the kind of just slight altering of the voice to make it a little bit more normal, but it still has the impact of like you don't know who this guy is. You have a rough idea from what they've told us, but there's still a lot of confusion about it. And the way he gets a hit in on Kirito at the start, and you can see that kind of Kirito's a bit slower than usual, and Death Gun even hints at that you're not the same as you were before, and my weapon's better than yours, and he even says that I'm a true red player, and Kirito even mentions that you haven't moved on from Sao, whereas kind of I have, and we saw he mentioned that this is the new Kirito. This isn't the Kirito from Sao. He's kind of left that behind, as he said to Lifa at the end. So it's a really interesting thing that they're doing here, and that Kirito seems very confident now just stepping into battle because he himself is not at risk, but he's doing this basically to save Sinon and all the other players there. But obviously Death Gun then brings up basically the idea, and he really gets it under kind of Kirito's skin a bit here, and kind of gets the armor piercing kind of sentence out, and just says that you're a coward. You don't even know my name. You don't know the names of the people you killed. The people that you did kill were because you were scared, as opposed to me, who's a red player who killed because I wanted to. And this is the kind of moment that kind of made Kirito doubt himself, because now his enemy is kind of bringing up the issues that he's been dealing with, and he's going to have to tackle them directly. And I think it was really interesting bringing up this idea that Kirito can't know this guy's name because he specifically said, I don't want to know your name. That when he was being taken away as one of the players they captured, he was going to tell Kirito his name, but Kirito just said, I don't want to know your name because I'll never see you again. And it's clear that part of Death Gun's plan was, when he got back, to do something that would draw Kirito out, so he would see him again and he'd get his revenge. And it's just an interesting idea that it's playing on this whole idea of Kirito doesn't know the people that he killed. He doesn't know the people that he's really enemies with right now. And this idea of the importance of knowing someone's name is really interesting. That it's clear that Death Gun knows Kirito. Like he mentioned, he saw the name and came up to him in a previous episode, asking to know if that means that you are the person. So he's remembered, but Kirito doesn't, and that's a big thing that they're going to deal with in the next episode. But yeah, it's a kind of mixed bag episode. As I said, I still think the first third of the episode was a little weak. They covered a lot of the ground I felt they covered at the end of last episode. And then the only really interesting stuff was just establishing that, okay, these are the key players still left in the game. This is what we're going to do. The details of the plan that we need now. And then the actual execution, the action scenes, and the return of Asuna back into the story, plus, as I said, the real highlight of the episode's Kirito's face-off with Death Gun, the fighting between them hasn't really hit home just yet, but just them talking to each other felt like a really big moment, and that's definitely a good idea. Um, but that's basically the review. As I said, I'm gonna try and finish up the reviews of this arc over the remaining days of this week, and so you'll see SAO reviews in my channel for the next couple of days. But other than that, that's been the review. Thanks for watching, and bye.